Jay Floyd. That's Paul Francisco. I'm kind of the filler between Paul's last week and Melanie's next week. You've gotten some great stuff in the Coach Refresh, and I don't know why you came into the refresh. For me, it's been good seeing what Paul and Melanie do, and we all do things a little bit differently. But the one thing that was on my mind when I was riding down the road today was just about passion. When we get new coaches started, hopefully you're telling them that one of the things that they need to be doing is just plan on being here in 1 year. Well, for Paul, you've been in with us for quite a while now, several years. I'm going to guess about 7, 8. Does that sound? 7? So I was pretty close. This will be my 10th year anniversary in July. So, be here a year from now. I'm just going to tell you guys, I'm in for life. I've been around now for coming up on 10 years. There's no shiny little objects that can pull me away. And anytime you see that happen in a movie and you see somebody get attracted by, ooh, shiny, it usually doesn't work out very well. So I got started in this business because I was passionate about the products, and that's just the main thing I wanted to tell you about. We can give you a lot of the how-tos, and we can give you a lot of the things that you can do on a day-to-day basis. Paul, man, that was awesome. That's what the one post that I needed to hear through all this was, I think it was day 2, maybe, consistency. You just got to be consistent. You can't go and Jim Rohn talks about eating an apple a day. We know an apple a day is good for us, and you can't wait until day 7 to go eat 7 apples and try to make it all up. Look at that. There you go. In the little orange container, right? Little almonds. Is that almonds? Yeah, there you go.
Sunflower seeds.
To be bits every day. Screen just kind of froze up on my side, so hopefully we're still going here. But one of the things that I found myself doing after we got started was a lot of starting and stopping, starting and stopping, starting and stopping. So that power of 3 that Melanie talked about, the power hour, and then Paul talked about consistency is going to be the main thing. If you can get passionate about the products, it's going to be easy. It's going to be easy for you to talk to people about it. It's going to be easier for you to stay consistent. A lot of people get into this business and they're not passionate about the products. And I can tell you right now, I'm a Droid user. Don't be getting all upset at me and everything, but I love Droid. That's just what I am. I'm passionate about Droid. If I were passionate about Apple, I would be using Apple products. I've never seen anybody passionate about iPhone that uses a Droid. And you can't fool people. If you run across somebody who's an Apple user and you try to talk the Apple lingo and you're not in the Apple world, it's not going to work. I pick up Melanie's phone and I go, how do I use this thing? You've got to know our products. You've got to be passionate about our products. You have to drink Shakeology every day. I see people say, well, I've got too much Shakeology on the shelves. And I say, well, it's legal to drink this stuff, right? Drink it. Give it away to customers. Switch over to packets and use that and sell those packets to customers for a 10-day shake and shed thing. But don't just stop your shipment of Shakeology. That's not how you build a business. You build a business by being consistent, drinking it yourself, selling sample packs, doing the things that you need to do. You don't just go out. I can't tell somebody that I'm passionate about my wife if I'm not here with my wife every chance I can. If I'm the way it is, spouse, you're not going to be lured and tempted into doing something and going in a different direction. There's a lot of people who've left us. Carl's talked about it, and I don't beat around the bush. The wine thing is a bunch of crap. If you joined up as a Beachbody coach and then you jump into the wine thing, I just tell you joined Beachbody for the wrong reason. We're here. We've got the 2 things that people want in life. We've got health and we've got wealth. So if you build this business and you build it consistently and you work out consistently, I'm 51 years old. I'm not on any medications. When my mom and dad were both my age, they were both on cholesterol medication. They were both on blood pressure medication. They were both starting to limp around the house. I do that occasionally because I battle plantar fasciitis, but that's another whole issue. But guys, I'm telling you, you've got to get people passionate about the products. You get people passionate about the products, then they're going to be around for a while. You get people who are poking at it and seeing if it'll wiggle a little bit, then the first time somebody says boo, they're going to be gone. There are people out there like us. We just got to go find them. We got to plug them in. We've got to help them get results. And I tell people on my conference calls all the time, we got to take that. We tend to meet people and we put a dollar bill on their foreheads, and we want to see how big we can make that dollar bill instead of helping them get results, becoming passionate about the products, loving this company. I love this company. And the more you love this company, the easier it's going to be to make it happen. So that's really all I got to tell you. For me, it's just helping people become passionate. Once you get passionate about the products, the rest of it's easy. Now, what makes this business hard is we have to deal with people. And we have to deal with people that sometimes will not tell us the truth. They won't be straight up with us. They won't tell us what's going on. And then they'll go out and then something will happen. They're not passionate about the products and then they quit. Anytime I see anybody quit, I know that they're not doing personal development at all. And I know that they are not passionate about the products. They're not working out every day. They're not drinking Shakeology. I've never had anybody quit this business on me that was working out every day, drinking Shakeology every day, and reading a little bit of personal development every day, and then quit the business. I've had some people walk away and come back. One other thing I want to tell you guys is you've got to stay in long enough to see the results. I had 2 people contact me this week. One of them was a girl that had contacted me back in 2014 about she found out I was involved in the fitness industry. She was doing a paper for school. We started talking about Beachbody. So she said she wanted to do it. She never pulled the trigger on it. I got a text message from her this week. And then I heard from somebody else, another guy that I had been talking to now for like 3 years. So those people are starting to come back to me now. Had another lady on our baseball team say, tell me about this Beachbody thing. What's this all about? Because she saw me. I got it on my Facebook page, and I don't post about it all the time. You've seen the social media do's and don'ts. You got to just let people know what you do in a nice way and don't bombard them to the point where they want to block you. I've got so many people, heard so many people say that Beachbody thing. I've got a friend that did that Beachbody thing and they hounded me all the time. They're still a coach. Well, no, they were just trying to get you for your money. That's not me. You got to be passionate about the products. Let me put you in a challenge group. Give me a free challenge group and then we'll get you going. So that's kind of where I am with this, guys. That's me. That's my heart. If you find me 10 years from now, I'll still be in this business. If Beachbody has a business, I'll be in this business. But I can I can guarantee you if I'm able to get up and walk, I'll be doing the Beachbody programs. This is the difference for me. This is my heart. Now, I'll just tell you the way it is. I was an Amway distributor back in the early 90s. I told my wife that I would rather have my toenails pulled out than do another network marketing business. But this for me was different because it was helping people. It was built-in accountability, and it was kind of upside down network marketing. They were already successful without the network marketing, but they started network marketing so they could share back with us. There's absolutely, if Carl Deichler, for some reason, whatever, called up and said, this coaching thing's been fun, it's been real, but we're not going to do it anymore, tomorrow I would still work out with a Beachbody program. I would still drink Shakeology because I believe the products. When I stopped being an Amway distributor, I stopped using the soap. It's great soap, but I wasn't passionate about the products. I was passionate about making the money and the people. Now, can you get in for the money and the people and become passionate about the products? Yes, but I think it's a lot harder to build a business if you're not passionate about the products and if you don't know about the products and you really don't jump in there and get after that. So hopefully that helps you guys. Y'all still with me? Y'all still out?
Yes, I
don't even know if okay, good. After saying all that, I was like, is my audio messed up again? Because I couldn't hear anything, but that's cool. How are you doing?
Well, the bugs are biting. I should be inside.
We have biting flies. I would have done this outside probably today too, but we've got thunderstorms right now, so I had to be inside. And I had to tell everybody, y'all be quiet now. So this is kind of a question answer thing for y'all. For y'all, there you go, Paul. Y'all, it rhymes with y'all.
Thank you. Wait.
What do you need? Anything I can do to help, right? What do you need from us? What do you need from me and Paul to help you move your business on? What's stopping you other than yourself? That was kind of a leading question, wasn't it?
Hey, Jay,
The answer is nothing, right?
I challenged a bunch of people to become Emerald by this week. How's that going?
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up bad.
Let me move.
I'm getting vertigo.
That's better. Good.
A little bit. Yeah, we didn't hear anything you said. You challenged some people to go. You said you challenged some people to go emerald by.
Now.
You want me to take this down?
Yes. Yes.
By now.
Talk to me, Paul.
How's that
Your
going?
audio is still breaking up a little. Still breaking up a little on the audio.
Is that any better? Okay.
Yes.
A little bit, I think.
I challenged a bunch of people to get to emerald by this week. How are we doing with that? Anyone?
You broke up a little bit again. Your audio is breaking up. You challenge people to go emerald this week by what?
Yeah, by this week.
By doing what? Signing up 2 people.
Yeah. That's it. Making a decision. And
Yeah. And really, if
I'm pretty impressed with myself. I got Shakeology sold.
that's good. That's really good. Was that to a customer or to a coach?
And if to a new person that I gave a sample pack to, and she bought the cafe latte, and then I gave another vanilla out to somebody. But if she likes it, she's really considering signing up for basically the discount. But then once she gets into it, I signed up for the discount. Now I'm not in it for a discount. Now I'm in it to do it myself. So I think that she's going to do the same thing. She's into fitness like I am. Right? So once she gets her box in the mail, I think it's going to change. So pretty pumped.
Discount coaches are fantastic. Discount coaches are fantastic for a lot of reasons. The 2 main ones are if you can help them get results and get results pretty quickly, they're going to become passionate about it. When they become passionate about it, they're going to automatically want to share it. You know, anything that I become passionate about, especially in the very beginning, I tell everybody about it. I'm pretty sure most people do the same thing. It's like, oh, you've got to see this, whatever. You know, when we first got chickens, when we moved here, you know, we were telling everybody we got chickens. Well, now we don't tell people we have chickens, and now then they find out we have chickens. They go, why didn't you ever tell us we have chickens? It kind of gets old. But when you're really, truly passionate about it, then you're going to post about it, and people are going to love it. And then when she gets passionate about it, then she's going to start building a business. The other reason discount coaches are great is because
buy a knockoff kind. She's the one I've been kind of dealing with since February, and she's like,
right.
I found something better online that's cheaper. And when I got the text message the other day, and she's like, I think I'm going to go ahead and order Shakeology because you were right. The other stuff isn't good. It doesn't keep me full. It doesn't give me the vitamin C energy. I was like, what do I say? But I was like, no problem.
And it's full of fillers, and we don't have fillers, and we have adaptogens, and we have all the good stuff. So the other reason why discount coaches are important is because when you go 5-star diamond, you need 5 diamonds, obviously. But the dirty little secret that nobody tells you, you need 15 other active coaches. So you've got to have 15 active coaches and 5 diamonds in order to go 5-star diamond. So if you only have 5 coaches sponsored, then you're not even going to go diamond. You got to have 8 active coaches to go diamond. So the more you go, and then when you get up to 10-star, you've got to have 20 active coaches other than your 10. So you got to have 30 total active coaches. So you need some discount coaches in the mix, and that's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely, I love it. And if they come along, great. If they don't come along, great. The main thing is if they're passionate about the products, they're going to stick. Isn't that right, Lisa?
And Jay.
Is Lisa here?
Yeah. And
Yes, I'm here.
don't you also think that, you know, because one of your 5 stars is obviously going to be you again?
Correct.
Because you've opened your second business center and you've gotten your second business center to diamond. It's over.
Correct. And you've also got and if you're married, you've also got your spouse to diamond, so you really only need to break 3 other people.
Right. And so that's a point I want to bring up is how many of you have spouses that aren't signed up as coaches yet?
Mine's signed up, but he's not a benefit.
Doesn't. I mean, look, we love our spouses,
That's fine.
but every spouse is going to have their own level of involvement until they see the checks start coming in. Then they're in 100%.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to bring your spouse in 100%, show them the money.
A lot of you guys have heard of. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You're going to see in the compensation plan
Because I was in the.
that it's really, really, really important to get your spouse in one of those number 1 positions. From a long-term game plan, you want to make money in this business for your family. You want to set your family up for financial success. It's really important you get that spouse in one of those number 1 positions, either left side or right side. And we can talk about that later, where to place them. But it's important that you do that. If you're in this to earn some extra money and play in the long game here.
One of the things that I messed up, I'm going to answer your question right here about giving out samples. I try not to give out samples. I do my best to not do that, but it depends on the person. If I've got somebody that I know who's close to me and they're a pretty good friend, then I may give them, 5 or 6 sample packets. At my level, I've even been known to give away a bag or 2. So it just depends on the person. I wouldn't recommend that a new person give away a bag of Shakeology. That's about $100 that you're just putting in their hands, and they may mistreat it. But I let them know the value of it when I give it to them, and I make sure they know they need to be drinking it, and I need to follow up with them, make sure they're mixing it right, and that kind of thing. One of the things that we've done in the past is and I'm going to get back to this spouse thing, so remind me, Paul. One of the things we've done in the past is we've taken 10 packets and sold them for $50. That's $5 a packet. It's a little bit of a premium, but then you explain to them, especially if you've got to mail them, you've got to package it up. You got to go to the post office or the UPS store. You got to explain to them that it's not a bomb. Then you got to mail this stuff to them, and then you got to follow up with them and put them in a group, and your time is a premium. So you're getting the stuff for about $3.50 a pack. You're going to get it to them for $5 a pack. They're going to put value on it because they paid money for it. It's called value added. And then they're going to do a 10-day shake and shed. And I tell people, if you do it for 10 days and you don't feel any difference in your body after 10 days, whenever you quit the 10 days, forget about it. And, we've had some success doing that. Now, I don't do that every month. It depends on the person. We used to try to do shake and sheds every month. I don't do that every month now, but I will do it for individual people occasionally now. But back to the spouse thing, because we were Amway distributors and because we were pretty negative about network marketing when we first got started, I told Melanie, said, you can do it, but don't expect me to help you. And she knew that I was already losing weight with P90X. She knew it was the real deal, but she was very skeptical. So I didn't understand the structure of it. And in the Amway business, you signed up as Jay and Melanie Floyd, and it was one business entity. I really didn't understand. This was back in July 2007 that I could sign up my spouse. Maybe Melanie Boland told me that. I don't remember. But I signed up 2 other guys and put them at the top of the leg. One of the guys signed up a girl who was a doctor, and he said, why don't we help her out? And I was on the verge of going diamond, and I knew at that time that I could sign up my wife, and I still didn't understand how the structure worked. I put my wife in this girl's left leg. He put his fiance in the girl's right leg to help her out. She ended up quitting, the girl that we were helping out. But then whenever he goes to sponsor people now into his right leg, you think that he's going to put them in his fiance's downline, or is he going to put them in my spouse's downline? The answer is, yeah. There's a lot of volume that flows around my wife because if you guys, probably the biggest name, 2 biggest names, I'll throw 2 of them out there, Mike Nowak and Greg Armfield, are in the side of that leg, and they're both premier and elite coaches multiple times. There's a ton of volume that flows around my wife that she doesn't even have a chance to cycle on. I know it's I used to say tens of thousands of dollars. It's probably a good 6 figures plus now that I've lost because of losing that volume in that leg. I used to lose sleep over it, but I don't anymore because there's nothing I can do about it. Guys, do not make that mistake. I don't care if they're negative about the business. Sign them up and let them be a placeholder at the top of that leg. You get ready to go diamond, you can buy a bag of Shakeology, put it in their name, you go diamond. And then in the future, if they decide to, they can build a business. They cannot build a business. It's totally their choice. But in the meantime, for goodness sake, sponsor your spouse and get them at the top of a leg if it's not too late. Hopefully that answers both of those. Did that answer both of those questions? I'm probably getting people to commit. Even my husband, me too. Next question. The only way you get people, are you talking about, that's from Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you out there? Talk to me.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay. Are you talking about getting people to commit to buying a product to become a customer to get in a challenge group, or getting people to commit to coaching?
Getting people to commit to even being in a challenge group. I still consider myself a pretty new coach because I've only been doing it for a couple of months. And I've only within the last, few weeks have been more consistent about posting on social media and getting myself out there more. And I'm getting a lot of really great feedback from people about that. And I did like a free challenge group or free like clean eating group last month, which was, I had good engagement in and went really well. And then I just am getting stalled out once I get into the further conversation of, after the third party tool. And I feel like I'm following the path pretty well. I read GoPro and I got a refresher with Paul the other day. But I'm just getting stalled out. And even my husband, who would be so good at this because he's super charismatic and great with people and does real estate, so he's already in like sales. He's just not a super active person, and so I think he's like, well, that's it's that fitness is your thing, and then I've got my own thing, and I'm just having trouble closing the deal, I guess.
Is he going to Summit?
He is coming to New Orleans, but with me.
He's going to Summit.
He's not going to Summit.
Oh, I just wait till I get my hands on him.
We're going to be at the Goal Crushers party on Wednesday night.
Mr. Sam, mine.
Paul,
I'm telling you, you're going to be so good at this.
Paul, I don't understand these women because they've got all the power in the world over us men and they won't use it. Man, if I could rock some stiletto and fishnets, I could kill this business. These women think, well, my husband won't do it, and they're holding the power and don't even realize it. It just kills me. If my wife said, well, never mind. I don't get it. Anyway, he's got to go to Summit. And you can tell him, I'm your wife, you're going to Summit. Melanie's she's extremely supportive. She sponsored one person in the last 10 years that she initiated the conversation with. And then I went to lunch with him, and then he signed up and he quit. But that's beside the point. She did sign up with somebody. It doesn't matter. As long as he's supportive, you can build a business without him.
Super supportive. Like he absolutely wants to do this whole hog, But
he needs to go to Summit, man. He needs to be sitting there holding your hand in the general sessions. Seriously. Oh, my gosh. But anyway, as far as getting customers to commit, you've read GoPro. Have you ever heard the Eric Worre close?
No.
Okay. Let's do that real quick. I don't know how much lag time there is because this is better like one-on-one live. But let me ask you this. And supposing you're a customer, right? How much money would it take for you to be able to take this coaching thing seriously? If you can make, how much money would it take per week or per month for you to take it seriously?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, you're a brand new customer. You're not a coach.
How much money would it take for me to take it seriously? I would say $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a week. You know, that's about $52,000 a year by my math. That's about the median income of people in the United States. So that's not a bad goal. How long would you give yourself to make that? How long would you be willing to give it before you said this isn't going to work for me? To make 50 now, we're talking about $52,000 a year. We're talking about $1,000 a week. That's a pretty good house payment. That may be a house payment and a car payment for a lot of people. So that's not chump change. How long are you going to give yourself and be willing to work to make this happen?
I said I am all in for 2 years for sure, because I can appreciate that
2 years.
It's not gonna happen just overnight.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. That's exactly right. How many hours a week you think you'd be willing to work over the period of that 2 years consistently? How many hours a week do you think you'd be able to devote to really getting after it if you knew you could make that $52,000 a year?
If I could make $52,000 a year, I think I could commit 15 to 20 hours a week, because I do work a full-time job, unfortunately.
So listen, this is all about working part-time until you can make it full-time. So I was working about 10 to 12 hours a day as an engineer, so I totally get that. So what you're telling me right now is you would be willing to spend 15 to 20 hours a week consistently building this business for the next 2 years if you knew that you have a shot at making that $1,000 a week, and we can make that happen, and I helped you.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to send you the link right now in your Facebook Messenger, and I want you to go ahead and click it while I'm on the phone with you. And then you can go ahead and sign up now, because we're going to get this thing done, because that's more than possible.
And so that's the way to do it.
That's a way to do it.
Yeah.
That's basically the down and dirty Eric Worre close. And if you're talking to him in person, you've got your computer there and you smile at him and go, you're willing to put in 15 to 20 hours a week for the next 2 years. Let's get this thing rolling. You know, there's no reason in the world why you can't make $1,000 a week in the next 2 years. If you promised me that you're going to spend 15, that's 4 to 5. That's 4 hours, you know, 3 hours a day. Let's get this done. Let's get 2 hours a day. If you spend 2 hours a day over the next 2 years, we can make it happen. And I'll help you. I'll do 3-way calls. We'll talk about it. We'll get you to diamond. That'll be your first goal, and then we can get you moving. That's a way to do it. Now, that's not the only way. You know, that's the way Eric Worre told us.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, it's just going to take time. You know, personal development. You got to do personal development. You got to get your belief up. And you got to get your passion up. And the people that you're talking to now who aren't committing, I guarantee you, they're going to watch you for the next year. Some of them are going to come back. I've got people coming back to me now. I just signed up a guy 3 or 4 months ago who's fired up that I started taking jiu-jitsu classes with in 2009, 8 years ago. And I was a Beachbody coach. I retired 2 years after I started taking jiu-jitsu classes with this guy. And he signed up 3 or 4 months ago, and he's fired up. Just got his business cards. He's rocking and rolling. So you can't quit. Once you sign up as a coach, and once you told some people that you're a Beachbody coach, you can't quit. You're stuck.
I'm happy to be stuck.
Teeth?
I'm loving this. I want to make it happen. I made a
Absolutely.
lot more. I didn't get to Emerald like Paul wanted this week, but I've gotten a lot further in a lot of conversations than I have. So I'm working it. I'm working it.
Yeah, consistency. CWC Donna's iPhone said, inconsistency is the biggest issue. You can't seem to overcome it. What specific tasks can you help to overcome it? The main thing is planning your time. Just plan your time. You've got to sit down and you got to say, I'm just looking up here. Yeah, that'll work. You got to sit down and say, okay, every day from 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning, or, you know, I've got to get up from 6 to 7 o'clock before everybody gets up. I'm going to check my emails. I'm going to do my power of 3. I'm going to send out some invites to a group. I'm going to run a Facebook ad. I'm going to do whatever you're going to do, and then be consistent about it and make sure that you plan that time so that you won't get interrupted. Tell your husband, tell your children, tell your dog. He's got to go outside and come back in and be quiet while you do your quiet time, while you do your power hour, whatever you call it. And you just got to plan it out. if you don't plan it and you don't sit down and you don't make it consistent, then it's not going to happen. For me, it's typically in the mornings when I get up, and I've got the luxury now. I've been retired now, and you can tell your husband this. You talk to a guy with a real estate license and an engineering license in 2 states. Spent 6 years getting an education, 20 plus years following the corporate ladder, and retired at 45 years old when he doubled his engineering income. I don't know if that'll help you put a spark, but it's real. I retired in 2011 at 45 years old. I had plenty of time to spend with my mom when she had Alzheimer's and dementia. Lisa and I have battled through that stuff, and she's recently had a loss too, and it's tough. But when you're not working a job, and I can guarantee you, if he's working real estate and he's working it hard, that poor guy is stressed out because he's working weekends because people want to go see houses on the weekends. Then he'll go show 20 houses, and then they'll decide to work with another realtor across town or continue to rent, or their mortgage will fall through. They can't get their mortgage, or the people whose house he's listed, he'll go show the house, and the house will be a wreck. And then he's got to work with contractors. He's got to work. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, that poor guy.
And add to that because he's a realtor and money is so up and down with that, he also works as a waiter on weekends and like a couple nights a week.
How's he doing that's why he's not doing real estate full time, because you have to work real estate on the weekends when people don't have jobs, so you can go show them houses. Anyway.
Well, he's on the phone constantly, and he needs
at Summit, you're going to find me and we're going to have a chat.
Okay.
Anyway,
me.
Listen, if he's happy, but I can't. I hated it. But anyway, these guys are going to come back to you. They're going to come back to you. You got to be consistent. You got to work it. When I was doing my engineering job, my schedule was something like this. I don't know how much more time we got on this. I can talk all night because I just love it. Right, Lisa? I can talk all night. See, I keep saying Lisa because Lisa lives right down the road, right down here. And she's going to come see me here soon. But when I was working my engineering business, I would get up at 5:30 in the morning. I'd just get up and bust my tail working out with P90X. I'd go into the office sore, and then I'd have a technician call in that they call in sick, and then I've got to go out to a job site that this technician was supposed to go to. But then I've got other clients looking for reports. I've got to come back in. I've got to finish those reports. I get home at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock at night, and then I would rinse and repeat. And then on the weekends, a lot of times I'd be gone on the weekends because I'd have to write reports on the weekends that I didn't get to during the week because I had all these knuckleheads getting hung over and not coming into work and stuff. So it wasn't that I didn't like it. It was just that I hated it. But the reason I didn't really necessarily hate the job, I just hated somebody else controlling my time. I hated not being able to go to the zoo or go to the fair with my children. I hated not being here during the day, not being able to go to an assembly program, not just somebody else controlling my life and me being a slave. And that's exactly the way I felt, man. There are people out there like me that are entrepreneurial, and you sit them in an office and you tell them that they've got to be rigid and, man, that hating life, just hating. And then you get home and you're kicking the dog and the cat because you're stressed out because of work and stuff. And it's just I'm so glad Beachbody came along. This is why I'm passionate about this, though. And there are people out there like us. We just got to go find them. Robert Hudgens says, and this is absolute truth, if you find 5 to 6 people, you'll make a 6-figure income. But they've got to be 5 or 6 people who are passionate about this business, who are in it for the long term, who are going to talk to people, who want to help other people. You find 10 to 12, you'll make a 7-figure income. Absolutely, 100% positively true. And they're out there. And you probably walk by them every day. And all you got to do is smile and say, hey, nice weather we're having, huh? And Lisa's heard me say this, I'm sure. One of my favorite opening lines is, out of curiosity, have you ever heard of P90X or Insanity? 99% of people now are going to say, yes, I have. Well, did you know that's Beachbody programs? Well, yeah. Did you know that we got a new program coming out this summer called Shift Shop? I'm looking for some people who may want to get involved in this and be some of the first people to test this thing out. Love to have you in our challenge group. Why don't you come along with us? You can get a 30-day free trial right now to Beachbody. You try out some of these other programs, and then when Shift Shops comes on, they're going to add it to your queue, $99 a year. And then we can get you Shakeology, throw that into a challenge pack later down the road. You can be one of the very first people to do the brand new Beachbody Shift Shop program. You know, that's just another way to get somebody to come on. There's, like I said, just have fun with it. Talk to people. Don't, you know, now when people say, what do you do for a living? A lot of people go, what do you do for a living, by the way? Tell me about this thing, Beachbody. What is it?
I tell people I'm a health and fitness coach.
There you go. And that's what I started doing. I started saying, I'm an online marketing and sales expert specializing in nutrition and fitness. And then we use the Beachbody products to help people get in shape and hold them accountable online. And they go, what? It's like, it's real simple. I'm going to send you a link. You can sign up for a free challenge group and then come and enjoy some of the Beachbody programs. And then I'll tell you more about it. And then try not to talk too much, because my problem is I talk them in and then I talk them right back out. So you got to pique their interest and keep them into the interest world with you without blowing them out. But I'm going to sit down and talk to your husband at Summit. We're going to go eat some crawfish. We're going to sit and talk.
Oh, and I won't go eat crawfish with him, so that'll work out really well. He'll be really happy to have someone to go with him.
Then we'll go over to Cafe Du Monde and we'll get a beignet and some cafe au lait and chat.
All right.
Anyway.
Sounds good to me.
But there's some others, let's see, chat stuff. I told Paul, I said, don't leave me because I may not be able to answer these questions. Let's see, anything else? I was in real estate too. No work-life balance. That's the truth. You know, with real estate agents are a great target market because everybody goes to real estate with the idea that they're going to make millions and millions. And there are some guys out there who absolutely knock it dead. And they find that's something else we'll talk about tonight. They find their niche market. And when they find a pool of investors and then they can find that niche market and they get their name out there, then they can kind of pull it back, or they become the broker. If you're a broker, though, you got a lot of stress because now you got agents running around doing illegal stuff and you're constantly cracking the whip on those guys. Yeah, it's a lot of laws with real estate now, especially with the federal regulations and stuff. But real estate agents are a fantastic target because, like I said, they go and they work all day. They're trying to find leads. They're calling expired listings. They're calling things that just have fallen off the market. They're going and seeing FSBOs. They're doing this kind of stuff all day long. And then they're going out and showing houses after work, getting home late at night, going to a house where there's supposed to be power. There's no power. They're showing light, showing a house with a flashlight, or there's a dog in the yard. They can't even make it to the door, or getting stoned by a wasp because nobody cleaned the wasp nests off the porch. I can tell you story after story after story. And then on the weekends, if they're working it, people want to see the houses on the weekend because they have jobs and they can't leave their job to go see a house. So now Saturday and Sundays, a lot of times are full of going and riding around people and showing them houses, only for them to back out at the last minute and say, "No, I think I'll just keep renting." Or, like I said, they can't at the last minute after going through all this stuff and getting a good offer, and you already cashed that $4,000 commission check you're going to get after paying your broker. And then they can't get the mortgage falls through, or the house doesn't appraise, or you know, any myriad of things that can just go wrong. And I told Melanie, you know, when I left the engineering world, I went and got my real estate license because we had some investment properties that I was upside down in, and she thought it would be good for me to go get my real estate license because I kind of enjoyed it, but I got to the point where I said, I am so tired of riding down the road and throwing $100 bills out the window. So I got the flu one week, and I was home all week with the flu and didn't even go to the office at all. And I said, you know what? I'm done with this. I'm not going back to the real estate office. I've got to figure out a way to make money so that I don't work. Oh, yeah, that's right. I've got a Beachbody business. I'm already doing that. Never mind. So I still keep my license current because I do want to invest in some other properties, and I like getting on MLS and looking. And I sold a property about a month ago. It was a piece of raw land, and I made a $500 commission. And I did that for some friends of mine that go to church with us. So it's pretty cool. I enjoy that, and I knew I wasn't going to make any money. I spent more money than I made after all of my expenses and stuff, but it's still fun. But it's cool to be able to do it for fun. Let's see. Second Summit, husband told me he's coming. He doesn't. Okay. CWC Donna, why does he not do the programs? And he's coming because you told him he was. That is awesome. I'm just curious why he doesn't do the programs. There are people out there that I can't imagine it. But then again, I was weighing nearly 300 pounds when I found P90X. So it was easier for me to become passionate about it because it was kind of like I was standing on the train track and the train was coming, but I had on magnetic shoes and I couldn't get off the rails. And I hated running. I knew I wasn't going to go to the gym and work out consistently. I knew that push-ups and pull-ups were the way to go because I graduated from a military college. But, man, I hated working out. And P90X I saw literally as my last chance, and it literally saved my life. I would have been – if I had kept going the way I was going, I don't know. Maybe something else would have come along and changed. But 300 pounds at 42 years old, I can see me easily weighing 350 to 375 now if things hadn't changed. And I would have definitely been on medications. I'd have probably been at least type 2, if not already type 1 diabetic. And to be now on no medications and living life and coaching volleyball and coaching baseball and just running around and having fun, it's priceless to me. Does he drink Shakeology? If he doesn't work out, maybe he'll drink Shakeology. I just don't understand you women that can't make your husbands do what you want them to do. You're killing me. But anyway, see, Lisa's laughing because she knows I'm deadly serious, right, Lisa? You think there's anything in the world that Melanie would want me to do that I wouldn't do? And the answer to that's no, right? Anyway, it's kind of funny because Lisa knows Melanie. Oh, it's crazy. But I can't – no, I'm not going to go there because she's in the other room and she's probably hearing what I'm saying. Beer, Fritos, and chocolate chip cookies. Yeah, baby, that's 3 major food groups right there. Lead by example. That's all I can tell you. If he won't do it and he just absolutely drags his feet, maybe get him to do Brazil butt lift. There's some pretty good scenery in Brazil butt lift. Maybe he'll do it for the scenery. And I'm not talking about the ocean. I don't know. Country heat's not bad. It's some decent scenery in country heat. So, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Those of us who aren't married, that's funny. We've chatted about that. And I told Lisa, Lisa and I have known each other for a while now, and I told her she could not date anyone without my approval. And she sent me a guy's Facebook profile so I could go stalk him a little bit. But I'm pretty protective over my girl. But if you're not married, then you can tell somebody, if you want to go out with me, you need to be a coach. And you can go diamond, and then you can pick the best one, and you can say, I'll marry the one that goes diamond first. And then you can, I don't know. Just have fun with this thing, man. So I don't know what else you guys need to know from me. The main thing is just know our hearts. Melanie put this thing together, and I was like, that's kind of a Coach Basic group, kind of refresh group kind of a thing. Yeah. But now I'm kind of digging it because it's shown me some things that I need to work on too. So you guys are awesome. What else to see? I am wrong. I'm very wrong. I'm very politically incorrect too. I guess it's kind of good that I can't rock the fishnets and stilettos. Not in Columbia, South Carolina anyway. Are you guys on audio at all? Because I'll hang out here as long as you guys want to, but I don't want to prolong it. I don't even know how much time we got left. It's 9:02. What else you guys need to know from me? Most of the stuff, I'm glad y'all are asking questions like this, because if you ask me questions like, what do I do about when this forum asks me and you're asking me technical questions, my answer is always go to the back office, go to FAQ, type in your search, find your answer, and if you can't find it, then let me know and I'll find out for you. But, all the stuff, all the technical, the main thing is if you can figure out your why and you can get passionate about this business, nothing's going to hold you back. The only thing holding you back is you. People say, well, I don't know anybody. Well, there's a lot more people you don't know than you do know. You've heard probably some people like Darren Hardy, Jim Rohn, and some other MJ Durkin, whoever say some stuff like that. Just go and smile, Get over yourself. Listen, we all have insecurities. I do. We all have fears. I do. We all have things that we go through on a day-to-day basis that's just crap. I do. We're all oppressed. I am. You know, we've all got crappy lives from time to time. You know, some of us, you know, I've always heard people, well, I've heard people say in the past, if you could trade lives with somebody, you would want yours back, you know, because your life is specifically meant for you. Just make your life the best it can be. Get passionate about these products. We all go through this stuff. Every single person out there has insecurities, fears, doubts, problems. They feel like they're not as good as other people. They feel like other people won't understand it or won't need it. That person doesn't need Beachbody. And frankly, other than me being overweight, if you had met me as an engineer back in the days when I was the young and up and coming professional, you probably wouldn't have approached me about this business at all because I looked good, I smelled good, and I was broke. Overweight, but, you know, I was an up and coming professional. I was a manager in a multi-million dollar regional engineering company. You know, I had several offices that I was in charge of, and, you know, about 100 employees that I was in charge of, and making money. But stressed, man, stressed. So don't be afraid to contact anybody. Real estate people. My brother's an attorney. His wife's an attorney. They have too much status for Beachbody. They're not coaches. And I approached him about it about 3 months after I got involved. Man, they'll give you customers. You know, and he was overweight at the time. He got into biking and stuff. But my own brother, seeing my lifestyle change, see the house we bought and all this stuff, he's still not a coach. So not everybody's going to do it with you. So a lot of times, like I posted earlier, I've signed up 2 people in my family. We signed up nobody in Melanie's family. I signed up 2 of my cousins, and they both quit. Here's something else I'll tell you that's exciting. Of my first 8 coaches that I signed up to go diamond, 8. It takes 8. Y'all understand that, right? It takes 8 coaches to go diamond. 2 of them have to be emerald. Of my first 8 coaches that I signed up to go diamond, 7 of them quit. I've only got 1 of the original 8 left. And she's standing right in there in the kitchen. And the only reason I think she hadn't quit is because I pay her coaching fees out of my account, and then her money goes into her bank account. That's exciting stuff. But here's the thing. I never lost diamond. I've never fallen off of diamond because these people didn't all call each other up and say, okay, ready, 1, 2, 3, quit. You know, 1 quit this month, 1 quit 2 months later, 1 quit 3 months later, 1 quit 4 months later. But I was replacing them. And I was replacing them faster than they were quitting. They never got passionate about the products. You know, maybe 1 or 2 did get passionate about the products, but then they stopped working out. They had some crappy stuff happen in their life and they quit. You know, so what? People are going to quit. Maybe they come back. Maybe they don't. I actually had one guy come back after I quit my job. He came back. He signed back up, and he had signed up a lot of his family members and was paying for them all. I'm talking about cousins and uncles and aunts and stuff. And I was like, man, you can't do that. It's not going to work. And then he came back in and he did it again, and he quit again. And he actually won money in a daily contest. So people are going to be stupid. People are going to lie to you. People are going to frustrate you to death, but it's worth it. I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. You keep working this business, it's going to be worth it to you. You're going to change. You're going to see your lifestyle change, but you're never going to outgrow your business. Robert Hudgens says this too, I think. Your business is never going to outgrow you. You've got to be doing personal development. You got to be reading 15 minutes a day. You've got to stay in a good book. You got to stay around great people, surround yourself with great people, and make sure that you keep them in your lives and you tell them how much you value their support. My kids are begging for dinner at 7 p.m. I'm with you. Yep, me too. I've used Shakeology programs for 2 years. People are watching but struggle with the business because of inconsistency, vital behaviors. Yep. I think, you know, the main thing, if I could boil it down to what I want to talk to you guys about tonight, it would be passionate and be consistent. If you'll be passionate about the products and passionate about helping people, passionate about your personal development, and then be consistent with those things, you're going to see your business blow apart. But if you hit it hard Monday and then don't think about it again for 2 weeks, and then hit it hard again for another day, and then don't think about it again for a week, and then maybe spend another hour or two, you're never going to get traction. You're never going to get traction. You just got to be every day. You'll be better off doing 15 minutes a day than doing 2.5 hours on a Saturday. I promise you. You know, that'd be like, I'm not going to sleep all week, and then when Saturday rolls around, I won't sleep all day. No, it don't work that way. It just don't. It would be like saying, I'm not going to do any workouts, but then when Saturday rolls around, I'm going to do P90X, chest and back, and ab rip rex. I'm going to do plyo. I'm going to do chest and back and ab rip rex. I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do legs and back and ab rip rex, and then I'm going to do Kempo. And then Sunday I'm going to stretch. How would that work out? You know, you get halfway through plyo after doing chest and backs, and you're just dead. It's not going to work, and you're going to frustrate yourself, and you're going to quit. So be consistent, guys. Just be consistent. You got to be consistent, and you got to be passionate. What else? What else we need? I didn't realize how good my hair was looking tonight. Oh, that's nice. What else y'all got? Y'all got any questions? Hey, like my new glasses, Lisa. Yeah, baby. I'm into the 21st century now, which is retro 70s. Anyway. Anything else you guys got? Because if not, I'm going to get out of here. I've talked enough. This is supposed to be a question and answer thing, and I feel like I've talked the whole time. You're welcome, Elizabeth.Lewis and Marie. Post your questions. Post, you know, if you got anything, do Facebook Live. I may do a Facebook Live in the next couple of days. I've got some more topics coming up. They gave me the easy ones because they know that, like I said in my little opening video, if you saw that opening video, I'm the guy that they put in this group so that you would know that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And tell your husband, oh my goodness gracious, Elizabeth, tell your husband, he don't know what, bless his heart, he don't know what he don't know. He doesn't know that there's light on the other side of the tunnel, you know. And maybe get him dreaming. And, you know, what have you guys, gosh, here we go again. What have you guys always wanted to do that's just been a little bit out of your reach? Maybe
We
it's
talk
taking the kids
all the time about our retirement and all of the things that we will do together. And
when you turn 65 or 70 and you're no longer able to do it.
right.
Why not retire now and do them while you're young? Then you can work till you die.
Yep.
We you know, we went to Punta Cana on the Beachbody trip a few weeks ago, and I didn't ask to get time off. I just had to make sure that the house was taken care of and the kids were going to be around to watch the chickens, you know. So, you know, you can retire at 45 because you're young. You're a lot younger than I was when I got started. I got started at 42. How old are you now?
I'm 38. I'm not that much younger.
That's okay. I retired at 45 after building it for 3 years. So what if you could retire him at 41 years old? And there have been a lot of ladies who are in your position whose husbands didn't see it, and they just went out, and then all of a sudden they looked at their husband, and they didn't really tell him anything, and they just kept building it, and all of a sudden they looked at him and said, why don't you just stay home today? Well, I can't. I got to go to work. Well, you don't have to.
Well, he was out drinking last night with people after work, and he said, oh, I was talking to someone about that they need to contact you about Shakeology because they were talking about shakes. And I said, why aren't you doing this? You're already doing it. Why aren't you doing it for yourself? It'll still be helping me. You need to do it.
Yeah, and I can tell you a lot of that's because of fear. You know, I think a lot of it's fear. It's he's got steady weekend gig as a waiter, and he's got steady week gig as a real estate agent, and that's pretty much what he knows and what he's comfortable with. And to step out and do something different is scary, because here's the thing. Here's a bloody, little dirty little secret about us men. We don't want you to see us be vulnerable. We don't want you women to see us fail. That's why a lot of times I won't take on projects around the house, is because I don't want to come in and go, call the plumber. You know, I tried and I failed. You know, I'd rather just say, just call the plumber. You know, does that make sense?
Yep.
We don't want the women in our lives to see us fail. We want to be the man. And if we're out there and he's hitting this thing hard and he doesn't understand it, and if he fails in front of you, then he's going to feel like even more of a loser, than he would if he didn't fail. It's insecurity and it's fear. That's all it is. And just not knowing. It could be just a lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
So that's why I was asking if he's going to Summit. But anyway, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat. Anyway, I guess that's about it, guys. Y'all hung in there pretty good with me. Yeah. Well, Maria, bribe your husband. You said that he won't talk to people about the business, but he'll work out. I think you said he'll just drink and shake and do the workouts, but not talk to people about it. Bribe him. Tell him that you will be very nice to him if he brings you somebody and they sign up as a coach. I don't know what you can bribe him with, but you can bribe him. I'm telling you, you women, y'all got all the power and don't even know it. Well, some of you do. But anyway, men can be bribed, and we can be bribed very easily. I promise you. That's why I tell people like all the time, man, if I could rock fishnets and stilettos, I'd be like, come on, baby, don't you want to be in business with me? Like a little puppy dog. Yeah, let's go. Use what you got. Anyway, hopefully some of that helps. Just have fun. The main thing is just have fun with this business. Don't get stressed out about it. I never had the intention of being a full-time Beachbody coach. I thought I was going to continue to work that engineering corporation business job, climbing the ladder the rest of my life, and I was going to try to make $250, $300, $400 a month, and that was my life. And then hopefully, by the way, how's your retirement going now? Y'all putting money away every week in your retirement and your travel plans and stuff? And most people are.
A long ways away.
Yeah. Next week we're going to do it. Next week. This is my retirement plan, guys. Beachbody is my retirement plan. I don't have a plan B. I'm going to, and I want to invest in some other stuff, but it's got to be the right stuff, and I haven't done it yet. But I don't have a plan B. This is my plan. Everything. I sold out. I sold out and said, this is it. Once I went diamond, and once I got hurt at diamond, I sold out. That was it. And I don't know. It'll just happen. You get passionate about it. But anyway, there's a great book called Acres of Diamonds. Maybe you've heard of it. Maybe you haven't. But it's called Acres of Diamonds. Go get that book and read it. And then there's another one. If you want to go, y'all, these are a couple of books that don't get recommended often by people in the business, but one is called Acres of Diamonds, and one is called Rhinoceros Success. So those are great books. Rhinoceros Success and Acres of Diamonds. And with that, man, parting is such sweet sorrow. It's hard to say goodbye. It really is hard to hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. But anyway, last chance. Yep, you do need to spend some time with your husband. I need to spend time with my wife. But anyway, all right. Well, I guess we're out. Let me know if you guys need anything. Elizabeth, I appreciate the participation. Your face was on my screen the entire time. In all its glory. In big, huge size. So let me know if you need anything, and I'm going to punch out, and hopefully this will stay recording, and we'll see you on the flip side. Let us know if you need anything, all right? Lisa, call me. We'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye.